We haven't started.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say good afternoon, good evening, good morning in other parts of the world. Welcome to Bridge TV Africa. This is yours truly, as always. Ashford the Giant Garley. A professional colleague is my special guest tonight. Talk show guru. Patrick Hunter is in the building tonight, folks. I'm telling you. And you are in for a big time trade. Liberia celebrates. Africa celebrates. The airwaves activist. Henry P. Costa. The framework of the CPP, the talent and expertise of the veteran Patrick Hunter. Liberia misses him. Africa misses him on the radio. What is going on with Punch FM? I'm pretty sure you want to know. You might just want to sit back, relax, invite a few friends, folks. Tonight, share the video. I have limited options in sharing the video. Can we all get along? Still play invite a few friends, folks. This is your host, the brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than the lion. And that's what they call him, Ashford the Giant. One carpet, the golden voice of Liberia. I'm Ashford Garley. Welcome. Very shortly, we're going to introduce our special guest. Talk show guru, Patrick Hunter. Stay tuned. Welcome. And very shortly, we're going to go to information how it Mrs. Lexi Brooks Roberts. If you are picking up our signal, could you please call us in via Skype? At the same time, we're going to go to West Africa, Liberia. Miss Angel Norris is setting back for the news headlines. So, Mrs. Roberts, if you can please just join us via Skype. Appreciate it. I don't know, for some reason we can't get to you via Skype. Welcome, folks. trying to make contact with my connection in Liberia, and for some reason, Patrick, can you hear me loud and clear? Hello, Patrick, can you hear me? Mr. Hunter, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Breach TV Africa. I'm pretty sure this is your
I
first. Yeah.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the first time on our platform.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you're live now, and we just want to say welcome. And for the sake of the audience, I've frequented Liberia on several occasions, and what I heard on the radio when I was in Liberia just blew my mind. You are in fact one of the best we have in the business when it comes to radio and television. I mean, your communication skills are in fact up the roof. And there should be no reason why we can make good use of your talent and expertise when it comes to radio and television in Liberia. First off, I want you to please tell British Radio Africa, our viewers, and the rest of the world, who is Patrick Hunter and what does he do?
I hope you all can
It,
hear me very well. Thank you, Ashford. I like the vibrancy in your voice, as you said. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the setup, and I think
okay. And we're hoping that he will join us very shortly. And he's our special guest, Patrick Hunter. But at the same time, we want to go to Liberia, where Angel Morris is standing by to. Angel, hello. Welcome to the show.
I want to say a very pleasant good evening to all of our viewers, listeners, fans, and friends of Breach Radio Africa. My name is Sanjay Morris, and welcome to our major news making headlines across Africa. So today we have five countries we have featured into this edition, prioritizing Liberia. We also have Nigeria, we have South Africa, we have Ghana, we have Uganda, and that of Ethiopia. So from Liberia, this one says the World Bank has approved 10.5 million funding support to the government and people of Liberia through the Ministry of Agriculture for its COVID-19 food security, nutrition, and livelihood plan upon a recent request from the government of Liberia through His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. Liberia's daily COVID-19 update says the country has cumulatively recorded 265 confirmed COVID-19 cases, 141 recovered cases, 98 active cases, and a total of 626 deaths. Still in Liberia, the country is poised to become the latest country to receive deportees from the United States of America in the wake of the deadly coronavirus pandemic. According to a local media outlet, at least 12 Liberians will arrive in the country on Wednesday, May 27, on a special flight at the Roberts International Airport. And lastly, here for Liberia, we have the chairman of the opposition collaborating political parties, CPP, Mr. Alexander B. Cummings, has disclosed that the CPP will not accept any midterm election beyond December 2020. Now we move to Nigeria, and this one says the Nigerian federal government has evacuated 69 stranded trafficked Nigerians from Lebanon earlier today. Still in Nigeria, we have Nigeria has recorded 7,839 COVID-19 cases with a total of 226 deaths. In South Africa has recorded 23,615 COVID-19 cases, 481 deaths. Still in South Africa, the president of South Africa has warned that the country's coronavirus outbreak is going to get much worse, while announcing that lockdown measures are to be eased. We now go to Ghana, and this one says Ghana has recorded 6,808 confirmed COVID-19 cases with a total of 32 deaths. So in Ghana, Ghana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Office has described the coronavirus or COVID-19 outbreak on the continent as a major test of the resolve the African Union and its member countries to advance the development of Africa. And lastly, for Uganda, we have Uganda has recorded 212 confirmed COVID-19 cases with 0 deaths. And that does it for our major news making headlines across Africa. It's over to you, Mr. Garley, for the continuation of the program.
Well, Ms. Morris, want to say a big thank you to you for what you've done and continue to do for not only British Radio or British Television Africa, but for the people of Liberia, those who find themselves in Liberia and those who find themselves in the diaspora as well. But Miss Morris, you are in Liberia. I'm here in excuse my French. I'm here in the United States. There are some things that are going on in that country that we don't know about. Please bring us up to speed as it relates to Liberia, especially as we go through the pandemic.
Okay. So once again, I want to say a very, very big thank you, and I want to talk about the food distribution process. Well, as I stated previously in our major news making headlines across Africa, the World Bank has approved 10.5 million United States dollars. This money has been given to the
Ashford,
government of Liberia, and as I said to you now, the food
I'm not sure
distribution process
who you're
has
talking
already started. There have
to
been
be the internet.
houses, there have been households, and there have been individuals that are currently receiving food from the government of Liberia. So the food distribution process has actually started, and this is where we are as a country. You remember last month, President Weah drafted a proposal to the House Speaker Buffer Chambers concerning feeding the entire country, and we had opposition saying some things. We had some other critical voices saying some things, but finally, the food distribution process has started. And according to the Ministry of Agriculture and that of the Ministry of Commerce, and also the government of Liberia, this food distribution process is really going to prioritize the vulnerable community. So what is the argument now? Every Liberian is saying, how can President Weah determine if I am vulnerable or not? How can this government determine the vulnerable community? So what they are saying is that let the food distribution go across the board. It shouldn't be only something that only the vulnerable communities should be prioritized. So like this is where we are as a country, and also we have been having some tussle concerning the election. We all know that we are supposed to have a senatorial election, and the acting chairman of the collaborating political parties, Mr. Alexander Cummings, today he released a statement and he is warning the government of Liberia on behalf of the CPP that they aren't going to accept any election if December 2020 passes. So this is where we are. I think we are getting there little by little.
Okay. Well, Ms. Morris, want to say a big thank you to you for what you've done and continue to do for the Liberian people and British Radio Africa. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the night. Join the program, and let us all together have a great time. All right. Good night.
Okay, good night.
And again, I have with us tonight Miss Patrick Hunter, and Patrick Hunter is in fact my special guest. Patrick, welcome. I'm pretty sure this is uh the first time with you have been selected to come on and talk about what you've done and continue to do, not only for Liberia, but for the people of Liberia. Folks have been struggling, but when I visited Liberia several years ago and listened to you on ELBC, the Bumper Show, everybody wants to listen to you. Everybody wants to appear on the platform. Back then, there's something peculiar for Patrick Hanna. Your talent, your expertise. People will need to tap into what you do. I'm pretty sure you're bored. You're bored right now because you can't do what you wanted to do. You are legit. You try to authenticate your radio station and your television station for reasons best known to people who claim to allegedly suppress you. Before I go to that, we have Henry Costa. Henry Costa is today activist. You read the story. I just want you to weigh in. Then we can segue to the next segment. Mr. Hunter.
Ashford, I don't know whether you can really hear me, but I'm struggling to get you. But I can just make a flow if you won't mind, maybe from your previous question or so. I don't know. Or maybe I can join you on WhatsApp if that is okay with you.
Well, Patrick, I'm hearing you now, and I just want you to weigh in on the airwaves activist Henry Costa. I want you to come in to talk about the framework of CPP. And then, of course, Punch FM. If you just heard what I just told you, then go ahead and speak.
All right. Do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Let me maybe I can hang on here and then I join you on WhatsApp so that I can hear you. It is raining. I'm sure that's where the problem is. It's really raining out here. So maybe I can join you on WhatsApp if that will be okay. The audio.
I don't know. Is this Patrick?
Yeah, this is Patrick Ashford.
Patrick, how do you do, my man? Welcome to the show. You're live on the radio, and we're also watching your live video images there. So I
Yeah.
have two questions, and just listening for hearing from you to respond.
Yeah, I beg you. I beg. Yeah, I beg you. I beg you.
Just repeat
I
that
beg you. Can you
question.
just repeat that
Now I
question?
can hear you because
Now I can hear
I
you because
hooked up with
I
WhatsApp,
have hooked
so I
up with
can hear you
WhatsApp so
very
I can hear
clearly.
you very clearly.
Folks, if you just joining us, I have with us tonight Mr. Patrick Honan. Patrick Honan is a veteran, and he has been in the business for a long time. We are privileged, we honor tonight to have him in our British TV Africa studios. Mr. Honan, Henry Costa was honored as one of the top 50 the top 50, right? One. Number two,
Yep. Yep.
CPP wants to relocate George Ware in 2023. They introduced or published something in terms of framework. And number three, Punch FN still does not have license to operate in the length and breadth of a university in Liberia. First off, before you respond to those questions, tell British Radio, the viewers, and the rest of the folks, who is Patrick Horner and what does he do?
Okay. So thank you very much. I can hear you very clearly. My name is Patrick Hona,
And
and
I
I
am
am
the
the
CEO
CEO
of
of
Media
One Media
Incorporated,
Incorporated,
the owner
the
of
owner of
Punch FM and
Punch FM
Punch
and Punch
Television
Television
in
in
Liberia.
Liberia. I'm
Also
also
broadcaster,
broadcaster,
a bit of
a bit of
my
my
educational background.
background. Uh,
Uh, a lot of
I think a lot of people
this,
discuss
this, but I do not have this. I'm not as interest. I have diploma in
this, but I do not have a degree. All my uh,
of view to international at the university as a master. So
in techniques of television and radio interview
my country press
about myself. I am a political how 160 plus year Liberia continues to be.
what it is.
I think the honors of all of us to our country forward. I think this generation has to keep,
And I
believe we have
rise
to
up to
rise up to the occasion. So yeah, that's just a bit about myself.
in a much that we want to have you on. I mean, it's something is crazy.
I can hear you, Ashford.
Yes, Ashford.
I know you can hear me. Well, can we get a word out of you? You know, I want you to try it. Forget about me. It's about the audience.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's happening, but I know that it's really raining. Can you hear me now? Very well. Okay, so I can repeat if you won't mind. As I said, my name is Patrick Honor, the owner of One Media Incorporated. One Media Incorporated has the rights of Punch FM and Punch Television. I'm also um, a Liberian political activist and a broadcaster, and it's an honor to be on your show today. Thank you so much for
It's happy time, it's happy time, it's happy time, and it's spooky time. It's happy time, it's happy time, it's happy time, and it's spooky time. If you can see,
Hello, Patrick.
Hello, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. Is it Patrick?
Yes, this is Patrick.
Okay. Well, folks, this is Patrick Honor. You didn't miss anything, and I want you to just continue while you were speaking, Mr. Honor. Go ahead. You're live.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So, as I said, brief introduction. Myself, my name is Patrick Honor, the owner of Punch FM, Punch Television. We are in a legal battle with the government of Liberia over our license. And I'm also a broadcaster and a political activist.
Okay. Political activist, broadcaster, and Patrick, I know how you love to be on the radio. I know how you love to be into broadcasting when it comes to being on the radio. And today, you are not in that position. Before I ask you about what I had, how does that make you feel right now, Patrick?
Well, actually, sometimes I miss the microphone. Sometimes I want to be behind the microphone. That's my passion. That's something I love to do, and I will always love to do it. Just the same way as you are, Ashford. That's something we like to do. And so I miss the microphone some days, but again, I want to explore new territories. We were not made to be static. We were made to stretch up our feathers. And so you saw that I have, my master in international relations, and I enjoy doing diplomacy and anything that has to do with international relations. So just to explore new territories. We were not made to be static, Ashford, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
Okay. Now, let us talk about the Edwards activists, who happens to be from Liberia, Henry culture. Okay. We witnessed countless amount of demonstrations against the administration of George Weah, just to present to him the record. Then we also quote the disruptors, transforming the continent, quote, shaking of the status quo, asking uncomfortable questions, unpending businesses models, fighting preconception, the ranking of the top 50 disruptors on the continent is said to have been based on three factors: innovation, disruption, and health. Health is HEFT. I mean, taking the responsibility of something that is very heavy. How new is this idea? And Mr. Hunter, I hope you're listening, because how big
I am.
how big is the change? How many people are impacted? Order
Let me
2020.
just
No. Hold on. You're gonna come in. Order 2020 disruptors include Mr. Hunter, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed. He came in at number one, Africa's richest man, owner of Dangote Group, Mr. Aliko Dangote, who is worth about 10 billion, not a million, but a B, 10 billion United States dollars. Number two, disruptor. Then we had presidents from Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, Nana Okofo Addo, Alassane Ouattara. We also have the head of Access Bank for Nigeria, Herbert, whatever his name is, Wia. And then we have the Tanzanian president, John Magufuli, who is in, we all know as the authoritarian reform. But Mr. Hanan, you know, when it comes to me and Henry Costa, sometimes I disagree with a young brother. But today we celebrate him. This is not something from. This is not a celebration for Liberia. Celebration from the continent of Africa. And today I am here asking you about Henry Costa, who has emerged as one of the disruptors that accounts for 50 people in Africa. And tomorrow, if Henry Costa misbehaves, and you already know who I am, I will check it. What's your honor?
Okay, so there is an adage that says celebrate others. So when your time comes, others will celebrate. What a way to share the stage with those very huge African leaders and movers and shakers in the 20th century or 21st century. I think it's a big, big thing for Henry. It is no small feat for him. And I think the break even point was his trip to Sierra Leone, to Freetown, Sierra Leone, and the government's pursuit of Henry. I thought that was the moment that um, pushed him on the world stage, thanks to the We Are government. But again, Henry has the courage. He has demonstrated the audacity to dare. He has demonstrated courage. He has filled a huge gap that was vacant, that has been vacant for a long period of time. And that gap um, is the gap that lies between the presidency and his supporters, the part of the opposition people, that space between there of advocacy and moving for change is where Henry now finds himself. I think that's no small feat for him and for the people of Liberia as well. This country needs to change. And it's been over 170 years, Ashford. This generation must make the change. And I think to do it, we must all together work with the system and on the system. That's where the problem is. Once you work on the system, you can even put the least of the least in the system. That person will be able to adjust to the style of the system. How come people leave Liberia and go to the United States, for example, and know that you have to, you know, follow order? How come? It is because the system provides for order. So once our system is structured in such a way it is, and it has been structured in this way for a long period of time, it makes it difficult. Can you imagine coming to Liberia for the first time, landing at RIA, and when I'm on Brussels coming to my country, the flight attendant would not say Roberts International Airport. They often say Roberts Airport for some reason or the other. But coming to Liberia, driving to town, the first thing you see people crossing the road in an upward way. No system, just by crossing the road. It tells you that you are in a strange environment. That is the challenge this generation has. And all of us must rise up to the occasion. So again, I want to congratulate Henry like you did. I want to congratulate him, but to also say to him that it comes with a huge responsibility. And that responsibility now is people are looking up to him. He has to make the change. He has to continue what he's doing. He cannot fail because a lot of people who believe in him will also fail. That's how much I can say about that.
Okay, folks. And if we just joining us, we'll have with us tonight Mr. Patrick Horner, a veteran talk show host, somebody who doesn't mean this word. And He doesn't care about who you are and where you're from. He will ask you the tough questions. And we've gotten the opportunity tonight to have him in our studio tonight. Invite a few friends, grab something to drink as we get ready. Because Mr. Honda has a lot to say. And now you know, man. Mr. Honda, though, CPP is in the news, Mr. Honda. Authors are saying the framework, even though not final, is very segregative, very discriminative. With you, Mr. Honda, I'm pretty sure you have time to go through the framework. Let me hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Patrick Honda.
Okay, thinking about the collaborating political parties, it came out as a result of honest effort on the part of uh, opposition politicians. Yes, you may recall that in 2017, President George, then Senator George, we are contested against the incumbent vice president. I'm setting the basis for what I want to say.
Go ahead, my brother.
President George Weah, then Senator George Weah, contested against the incumbent vice president. The incumbent vice president lost the election. His supporters were agitating that they wanted to, to challenge the results of the election. He made a decision to allow the process to go, and in his speech he said not a single blood will be spilled ever, not under his watch when he is the political leader and standard bearer. Moving forward, President Weah was giving the mantle of authority to run this country, and he's doing just that. Opposition politicians themselves saw that George Weah came together with two other his party came together with two other political parties to form a coalition, and that coalition is called the Coalition for Democratic Change. So it was not a one-man show. Even though successive electoral results showed that Weah had always come either first or second. In 2005, he in the first round, and he got in the second round. In the first round and also the second round. And in 2017, he formed a collaboration, a coalition with political parties, two other political parties. And in the second round, he was able to pitch the support of other political parties towards, and he went on to win the election. People like Prince Johnson, people like Harrison Cowie, who was then the vice standard bearer of the Liberty Party and the former chairperson of the Liberty Party, and you go on and name them. So there is a conscious effort to come together to challenge Mr. Weah's presidency in 2023 democratically. That is how the CPP was formed. Many of us doubted that this would have even gone this far, because putting a group of educated people in the room, there will always be infighting. There is infighting, and there will always be infighting. Given our most recent history with political alliances, coalitions, and mergers, we've seen clearly, for example, in 1997, every attempt to come together to challenge Mr. Taylor failed. Who were those on the table? Political elites. Who were those on the table? The educated people. So, of course, skeptics and cynics will think that obviously these people coming around the table will not, come up with a common slate of candidates to contest in 2023. But they've taken a jump step. And this has been a long-term plea or advocacy by political pundits that instead of having all the multiplicity of political parties in our country, now I hear about something called the Rainbow Coalition. The Rainbow Coalition is a collaboration of, I think, 11 political parties, including some of the parties like the Grand True Wing Party, Move of Mills Jones, and you name them. They've come together to form the Rainbow Coalition. There is another argument, and that argument can be trashed, but there's another argument that the entire 11 political amount to 6% as per the last electoral data. But be that as it may, just the thought of coming together, working together. For the Bible says, can two work together except they agree? Now you have 4 political parties giving their rankings, coming together to work together to challenge Mr. Wia's presidency in 2023. And in the senatorial election coming up later this year, I thought that was a great effort. Coming on to the framework document, it's been 2 years coming, with political parties sending representatives on the table to work on that framework paper. And the paper is out finally. I was in a conversation with a ranking member of the CPP just today, and that person was telling me a completely different story from what we heard about, or what we are now criticizing in the framework document, session, I think 10.11 or 11.10, something like that, talking about exclusivity for jobs for active and new members
But
for the CPP.
but Patrick,
The point is, his contention is
Patrick,
in the constitution of these 4 political parties, and in the constitution of many of these political parties,
Patrick,
there is a particular.
you just mentioned no active visible. And what would be your explanation about no active and visible? Especially when you are trying to be the new face of Liberia in terms of what we're already seeing. Patrick Honor, you've been in business for a long time. Yeah, besides you being a journalist, and you've been around the political terrain in Liberia for a long time. I mean, uh, I left Liberia in '99 when you were just an intern at one of the local radio stations in Liberia. You know more about Liberia. You know more about Liberian politics than me. Active, known,
Known and visible, 3
visible.
keywords.
How do you respond to that?
Okay, so I was one of those who criticized the contentious clause in the CPP framework. But I think the opposite side is being very smart here. And that particular person who identified that clause and has made it the issue. You are a communicator yourself, and perhaps that's one of the communication lapses of the CPP. The fact that you put up a document and 4 political leaders affix the signature versus a clause. If you were a communicator to deal with that, well, which one do you think should be heralded the more?
You're asking me.
If leaders affixing the signature to the document. What I'm just saying something.
Go ahead.
Let me land this point.
Go ahead.
What the opposite side has been able to do successfully is to turn the debate from the four political leaders making history, signing a document, or pledging or committing to work together. They've been able to make that insignificant, and they've been able to make a contentious clause that is now debatable significant. Rightfully so, rightfully so, rightfully so. And the point is, there was a press release that came up just this morning or something of that sort. And the CPP is going to have a press conference on Thursday, I understand, and giving the public outcry and public scrutiny of the framework document. This CPP is going to reverse, most likely reverse that clause. But it's good for the democratic process. It is not good for the democratic process. At no time can we criticize Mr. Weah or criticize anybody for marginalizing other people because of their choice. At no time can we say only active. How do you determine a known member? How do you determine an active member? How do you determine many people in Liberia are not part of political parties? But some of them have the expertise to serve the country. Service to country is an honorable thing, except that in Liberia we've made it to be very useless. But service to country is an honorable thing. So to say or to suggest that somebody must be known before, because I'm looking at the three key words and I'm singling out known. For to suggest that somebody must be known before they can be given an opportunity to serve it, even though the clause does not end with known, the clause continues to say qualified, and there is another portion of the clause, but that is going to be done with on Thursday. Coming back to the very essence of that particular framework document is to send a message that the four main political parties, opposition political parties, intend to work together. And they have committed themselves to work together. Unprecedented feat. And I would look forward to the day in Liberia where there will be two political sides offer to the Liberian people to make their decision. The last election, we had more than 15 persons on the ballot paper. So to even make a decision for someone who is not literate becomes very difficult. So we should be able to applaud efforts by these political parties to come together, not only to form a collaboration and maintain their identity, but if they have similar philosophies and similar ideologies, why don't they come together and form mergers? Why don't these parties form mergers? It will be selfless to me rather than being selfish. That even if you have 500 members, you can claim to have a political party in our country. So just as I said, there's this rainbow coalition coming together as well. Hence, making it three sides as yet. There could be another coalition or alliance or merger coming together. Who knows? But it's an honest effort to narrow the field and give the Liberian people an opportunity to make the right decision, giving a narrow field. And I think all of us must applaud it.
And that's the voice of Mr. Patrick Hunter. He's still in the studio with us tonight. Folks, I'm telling you, Mr. Hunter is here. I want to go back to the field of play right now. Welcome to corruption. Corruption to false promises. False promises that we hope come forward. We hope come to police brutality. Police brutality, sex, property. Sex property to a murder. Let it look to entity. Bring to level jeopardy. Onto Boyo. Boyo to please pay my way onto nepotism. Nepotism is moving now onto executive torture, back to nepotism, to troublelessness. What you making? No, he doesn't. What has been intercepted by Ben Ayure? Ben Ayure is just a human boycott. Boyka looks around, he collects comments. Comments back to Boyka. Boyka to Yombli Kanga. Kanga back to Yuri. Yuri back to Alexander Cummings back to Boyka. Boyka looks around and say, you know what? Boyka is thinking about something else, folks. Look, we have got to be very careful here. Joseph Yuma Boyka is saying, even though we want to unseat George Ware, the thing they're talking about, I ain't see it. And the last time I checked, I'm from local county. I am not from Sano. I don't know if you heard what I just said. Just like Boyka is from local county and he's not from Sano county. Are you listening, folks? How can you sound before you know? Maybe you didn't get me. How can you sound something before you know it? Joseph Yuma Boyka is from local county. Local county. Before you sound something, you gotta know, you gotta see who you sound, right? So Joseph Yuma Boyka got some son of blood in him that we didn't know about. Then now you got some son of blood in him that we didn't know about. You know, Alexander Cummings is from Maryland. It's not too far from Sano County. How can you sound something before you know it? Sound before you know. What I'm telling you. When you blunder, you blunder. It's just that simple. When you blunder, you blunder. When you are caught, when your hands are caught in the cooking jar, just say, yeah, the pure caught me. CPP. CPP, I'm begging you people, man. Got all these talk show hosts, then people who claim that they're there for the CPP, they can talk all you want. Look, when you blunder, just come clean and say you blunder. And this just doesn't make any sense to come and define or defend something you know you already blunder. It's not fair to Liberia. It's not fair to the people of Liberia. Hey, man. You blunder. The people will respect you. You come out and say, you know what? I misspoke. The thing I say, you know, it was just far from the truth. No, you come on. Let me complete. Let me complete. Patrick, you come on. You know, this is not fair. It's not fair for Liberia. It's not fair for the people of Liberia. And if we should move this country in a better direction, we've got to start to think for the betterment of Liberia. Not just for us. Look, we'll continue to say this because I have no interest in getting the government job. You plunder. And I'm hearing now that old man Joseph Yuma Boyka is saying this here is too hard. What happened on Saturday? Had it been for most of you, you'll be all over the place. Most of you don't even know that I received a call from Alexander B. Cummings. But some of you people want to be popular. I am not looking for popularity. I've been there, done that. When I was asked for the giant Garley, there was no Alexander Cummings. There was no Benana Uri. There was no Joseph Juma Boyka. There was no Yombi Kanka. There was no that was the law. But I am not looking for attention. I had a conversation with Alexander coming for 26 minutes. Some of you will be all over the place. All at once. George Weah does not mean well for Liberia. Who can replace George Weah? Hey man. Patrick, you wanted to say something? Come to me. Come, brother. Go ahead.
I just wanted to piggyback on what you were talking about, blundering and all of that. I think it is an honorable thing to admit Senator Dillon on one of the local radio stations as an executive of the CPP today indicated clearly that it was an error and they are correcting the error. I did say to you that on Thursday there is going to be a press conference to officially unveil the signed framework document and also uh, correct what is seen as an error. I also want to say that at no time in our country's history moving forward should we apportion jobs on the basis of being active members of political parties, even though that should be implied. I repeat, even though that should be implied. But also, I want to say, have we all seen the Coalition for Democratic Change framework too? Have we seen the document, the policy document, the framework? Have we been able to scrutinize it to make a fair judgment as per what theirs is saying as well? Come to think about what is happening within the coalition government, how power is shifted to a particular region, how much more than 50%, you want me to name that, I can help you to name that. You want me to do it? More than 50% of the cabinet, more than 50% of the cabinet that is supposed to reflect gender balance, or perhaps have a semblance of gender and geographical balance. For more than 50% of the cabinet in the country that voted for you, 14 counties out of 15 counties. How come we are not making that an issue? How come we have not said anything about that? Knowing that our bitter past talked about marginalization, marginalizing some group of people, particular group of people, and all of that. How come? So the issues in our country are enormous, and the CPP comes with a white blanket that we all should now look under to see the spots on that blanket. I agree with you that once you come under the mantra of change, we all should now look at you and begin to now say, what sort of change are you coming with? And we're looking forward to that Thursday press conference. We all want to see what new they're going to present to all of us. And I just wanted to caution you, I don't think it's an appropriate thing to say I am not looking for a government job. Nobody looks for a government job, but an opportunity to serve avails itself to you is service to country. You are in the United States of America. Just by serving in the U.S. Army, you know what it means. In Liberia, it looks like you are craving for an opportunity to serve in your own country. But if you have the expertise and you work and you want to bring your credibility to bear, then I don't see a problem with that. I see that it's an honorable thing to serve your country. So I just needed to say that.
Okay. And folks, if you just joined us, we have with us tonight as our special guest, Mr. Patrick Honey. Fearless talk talker. Young man who doesn't mean what. And it is not heard. Not only in Liberia, that's saying just the wrong signal. And I know you will have a few questions for Mr. Hannon. In the meantime, folks, this is Bridge Africa Television. And this is our first major presentation since we introduced to you Bridge Africa TV. Rufus Wilson, Sylvester Constant, Musa Sharif, rest of the crew. I'm going to go back to Mr. Hernan. Patrick Hernan is not just an ordinary person. He's one of the big features in Liberia. Today, we can go live, we can get licensed in Liberia, and I want Mr. Hunter to bring us up to speed as to what is trafficking consisting of radio or television license in Liberia. Mr. Hunter, a friend to now the president of Liberia, and they play soccer together to give Patrick Hunter today, not broadcasting Liberia. And he's one of the best voices in Liberia. Look, when I went to Liberia for the first time after 15 years, I listened to Patrick Hunter, the Gumbo Show. When Patrick Hunter gets on the radio, everything stops. Today, we have not heard from Patrick Hunter for a long time. Patrick, what is going on? We have Punch FM, Punch TV, 106.7. We have not heard anything about your presence in Liberia. Even in the event of the pandemic, other people were at the water passes. But Punch FM, Punch TV is left out in the cold. What is going on? Please bring us up to speed.
Thank you, Ashford. I think this has more to do with politics than legality, and I can prove my point. Um, we obtained a communication from the Ministry of Information that is following all the basic procedures and processes in obtaining a radio station, a license for a radio station, and all of that. First of all, your article of incorporation that has to be coming from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You know that very well, the Nigeria Business Registration for your business registration. And then you move on to the Ministry of Information to get your communication signed by the former Information Minister for Eugene Nangbe, who is the current Information Minister, Eugene Nangbe. And at the lower court, when my lawyer displayed that communication to the current Solicitor General, who was arguing on behalf of the government, he was just stunned because the judge asked him, "But how come you say this man does not have, a legal license? But here's the Minister of Information signature. Whose signature is this?" And then he said, "It's the Minister of Information." But then how come? He had nothing to say, and I won the case at the lower court. So not only that, but you have to pay regulatory fees at the Ministry of Information and at the Liberia Telecommunications Authority. I obtained a commercial radio station frequency of 106.7 from the Liberia Telecommunications Authority. The chairperson of the LTA issued me my license, a communication to go ahead and broadcast on 106.7. The moment I started putting billboards up, Mr. Wea was driving and we have mutual friends. So Mr. Wea was driving to work one day and saw the billboard up and got intimidated. Out of fear, he called Eugene and called the other people and told them, "Well, I don't think we can allow that man to come on air." So I think it all grew out of fear and intimidation. You know, I'm not sure for the name Punch FM because there is Punch newspaper in Nigeria. You know, so I don't think it's because of the name. I think, and I don't want to to put egos on myself, but I just think he is a little intimidated by my presence on the radio, because we will shift public opinion, and all of that. But where we are right now is we went to the lower court, we won the case at the lower court. The government of the Republic of Liberia did something unprecedented, never in the history of Liberia, to run behind a radio station that has not even come on air yet. A radio station that has committed zero crime. A radio station that has not even been heard. But the radio station only did publicity that is coming on air. The government of George Weah ran after that radio station and put bogus documents together to say that they're trying to review licenses and all of that. That revision process started off, according to them, in 2018. The revision process is supposedly still taking place. But meanwhile, they've never called us in. They've never called us in. So it's more political than legal. So the government took an appeal to the Supreme Court. The government of the Republic of Liberia took an appeal to the Supreme Court. In the midst of some folks from the international community who were at the court that day, Senator DeLon was there, and he had some Liberians who had gone there to watch the case, to verdict. The government announced an appeal. The Solicitor General and the Minister for Litigation at the Ministry of Justice, a full representation from the government justice system, was at the court defending the decision, and they were slapped in the faces by the judge. So we are at the Supreme Court. The challenge we have right now is with COVID-19. The full bench of the Supreme Court, and the case is not with the it's not with the justice in chamber, it's before the full bench of the Supreme Court. So the challenge we have now is COVID-19. The justices are not meeting as regularly as as they would, because of COVID-19 and regulations. So we were asked to hold on. The case should have been heard in the March term of court. We're still in the March term of court, you know. So we are hoping that the moment this thing subsides, once they resume, our case will be heard before the full bench of the Supreme Court. And at that point, we're looking forward to justice. You know, President Weah has made two changes on that bench. He's made two changes. He's removed Kabina Jane. He's put in Joseph Nangbe. He has also replaced Philip Banks with Yusuf Kaba, or vice versa. So we, we're looking out for justice. This has claimed the attention of some folks in the international cycle. You know very well that ECOWAS made a representation to the president on this particular issue. We were at the U.S. embassy 2-3 times. The U.S. Embassy officials informed us that they've also asked President Weah about this situation during the successive protests, the June 7 and the January protest. This particular issue was raised, and the president is adamant that not under his watch. So that's where we are with the case right now.
Patrick, why will President Weird even attempt to go after you? You guys play soccer together. I mean, he's your friend, and you guys come a long way. Why would he want to go after you? Because I mean, it's kind of what you do. You don't go after people. You report the fight, and
if we can go after James Tiba, who is his cousin, and they were implicated. I mean, according to Tiba, they slept in the same room together. They went to Ivory Coast, they were eating together and all of that in France and all of that. If he can go after who else he can go after? If he can go after Kelvin Sigrid, I understand Kelvin was the one who introduced him to Mrs. Claudia. If he can go after Kelvin Sigrid, who else can he go after? So forget about playing soccer. Forget about playing soccer. Anybody can play soccer with anybody.
Well,
We used to meet on Saturdays to play football and all of that. He used to call me actually. He really used to call me up. But I vehemently oppose, and this is where I think this is all coming from. I vehemently oppose Ria's presidency. From the very get-go, I had said to myself, and I had committed to myself, that regardless of proximity to this man, I don't believe that this man can make a good president. I have always said that to myself. Something in me kept on saying that. I don't know. And I've been passionate about that. I've really been passionate. Something in me kept on fearing that feeling that this is going to. But I must say this. Let me say this. That what has happened in our country has removed a veil over Liberia. Had Mr. Weah now won this election, you would have never imagined what would have happened here in this country. Besides, Mr. Weah would have always been ahead of Liberia's in Liberia's future. He would have always, people would, even if he would have paved this place with gold, people would have said, Mr. Weah, we're going to pave it with diamond. The Liberian people would have said Mr. Weah was going to pave it with diamond, even if you had paved it with gold. So now we have Mr. Weah. We're bearing it. Let's bear it. In 3 years, come to Liberia. You need to get in a commercial vehicle and drive, and just do your box opinion, box pool, and all of that. And you will realize when people are telling you this, you realize, forget about the sentiments on social media, which is a perfect platform to do an opinion ranking as well, an opinion pool as well. Many people don't know. I always talk about the impact of social media. I don't want to deviate, but I need to say this for those people who have social media platforms. I need to say this. President Goodluck Jonathan, former president of Nigeria, had a very, very, very contentious electoral process that brought him to his second term as president of Nigeria. When he became president, you know what Goodluck Jonathan did? Goodluck Jonathan employed and created a new office. He appointed an advisor on new media. Just an advisor to deal with his image, with Nigeria's branding on the internet, on new media and social media and all of that. The whole world, in the age of globalization, the world is shifting. And many people have not realized that even the government itself, the government of Liberia, I don't think the government has really realized how much devastating impact social media that put up negative articles or are having on the government, on itself. The moment they get to realize, the sooner they get to realize, the better it is for them, and to do some investments in there. I just needed to make that point.
Well, folks, if you just are joining us, we have with us tonight Mr. Patrick Hunter. He's the broadcast guru, the former deputy managing, former deputy director general for broadcasting at the Liberia broadcast system in Liberia. And this is a young man who impacted the lives of several other Liberians in that country. And
Ashford, I wanted to talk about Sirleaf. I wanted to talk a bit about Sirleaf and her role, and because a lot of people, if you give me an opportunity, I want to talk about that, if you won't mind.
go ahead, Patrick. Yeah, this is just one of the nights that we decided to bring you on to talk to the people about what
you know about Liberia, the people of Liberia, the free wheels administration, and the whole 9 years. So you have the opportunity. Go ahead.
Okay, so I believe in the new Liberia, people must give account of their stewardship, regardless of who they are, regardless of where they are. Once that happens, this country will change. I am telling you this country will change when people start to, the moment, the day people start giving account of their stewardship, people will now be, in fact, people will start running away from public service because they know very well at the end of the day, people must account, and it has to start from somewhere. If Mr. Weir refused to start it, it's going to start after 2023. It is going to start. All these buildings that are coming up, he must give account of his stewardship while in office. He will give account. He had, and has an opportunity now as leader of the country to hold the leadership of our country, the former government, the former leader of our country, accountable for their stewardship position. The CDC cried on Mr. Robert Salif's name. Can you imagine Mr. Robert Salif is between this country and Ghana, understand, and all of that, and absolutely zero is being heard about him, and the CDC is saying nothing about that when the CDC complains about Mr. Salif at local and how, quote unquote, and I'm putting this in quotation, to be on the safe side. I think that's the better approach to do, and how he bankrupt, he was part of the process with local and all that kind of thing. Now you are in power and you cannot hold him accountable. The former president, you can now hold her accountable when you complain. So on what basis are you complaining that the previous administration, was in fact more corrupt and all of that? On what basis? What is the empirical evidence? On what basis? When you have the power to hold people accountable and you're not doing that, and people are moving around. Some people with ill-gotten wealth moving around with pride and dignity, and you complain about them, but you come to power and you see that there's an easy path to success and there's an easy path to wealth. So you see and say, okay, so these people did it, and they do it.
Patrick, let me
So
ask
my second did it.
Patrick,
It has to stop.
Patrick, let me ask you this. But if this guy claimed back then that he was going to go after people for corruption, and like you just said, that there are people who are walking around with impunity, why is he not going after that? Now, why is he? What's going on, Patrick? Why is this?
There is an obvious assumption. There is an obvious assumption that he was propelled to the presidency by the former president for protection. And that assumption is rooted in a post that a ranking legislator of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Mr. Akaroswe, made, that patriot we are. Still have a screenshot of that post. That patriot we are will protect President Salif and her family. You remember that post? In the glare of the ordinary people of West Point and Little Town, who were complaining of corruption and how they were being deprived. They were being deprived, and because of that, they were yearning for change, yearning for an opportunity, looking up to someone who will come and hold people accountable, regardless of who they are. But he came up with a post, patriot we will protect. Now, aren't they protecting the former first family? So on what basis are you blaming these people if you don't want to go after them? On what basis are you blaming them? How do you let them lose? How? I can't imagine this. I can imagine. So are these people suggesting? Are these people really suggesting? Are these, first of all, right now, I don't even know whether there are integrated institutions in our country. In the last administration, the structures were formed, integrated institutions. It is debatable, or you can debate whether those integrated institutions really perform the role or not. But there's a case of Albert Duplin, former LTA chairperson, who was put behind bars. There's also a case with some other Liberian, who the GSC was more active, vibrant. GSC came up with reports on these very government officials, and these reports are there. These reports. Now we think, yeah, but GSC coming out with report. Imagine, so we're in the dark. When last did you hear about the LACC? In fact, one of the LACC chairpersons is always on Facebook with political posts. So when last have you heard about them over the last 2, 3 years? At least you used to hear about them, even though they did not do what they're supposed to have done. So our country is just going back, is backpedaling in this new world when people are moving forward. Just recently, I listened to President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana, and he was talking about how Ghana is not short of some of the best economists in Africa, and how they're going to meet up the challenge to fix the recession and fix the economy in Ghana. Ghana, just right next door. How come Liberia is not getting it? Some of our best minds are in this country. Some of our best minds are abroad. Some of our best minds are in the US there. How come we're not looking up to them? Some of them come with integrity. How come? How come? How come we are just keeping everything in our cocoon and we're just closing up everything, like the crabs in the bucket. This country needs to make progress. That is why I'm excited. I'm so excited that 4 political parties from different philosophies, different ideologies, whether good, bad, or great, 4 political parties coming together. You dare not bring your ugly thing part of the people thing. Because the other people were exposed, you say, no, we're not working together to spoil their day. Let's work together to fix this country. Because you see, when you bring 4 contending parties together, people with different philosophies, some of them criticize one another before. Now you're bringing them together, everybody will be watching everybody. Everybody is going to be watching everybody.
Patrick, you perform very well with your work as Deputy Director General at the Liberia Broadcasting System. In the event where George Weah became president of Liberia, he decided to go to the private sector, and he went to Firestone. And I'm told it's alleged now that George Weah went after you and asked the management of Firestone to fire you. How true is that communication?
Exactly correct, sir. Exactly correct, sir. And it just says how much Mr. Weah is willing and ready to go after somebody like you or somebody just by making your Facebook post. Those people in the US there, how dare you make one Facebook post and come back and speak to him? How dare you? Can't speak to him. Unless somebody do a screenshot and show it to him. That's how low our country has gone. Unsophisticated. Low our country. Our country is at its lowest right now. And we need to fight. This is a challenge we have. And when I say fight, I'm not being, I'm being figurative here. Fight to redeem our country positively through the democratic process. That's what I'm saying. But that's our challenge. And that's small thing with you. And that's small thing with you. Let me put it in the Liberian way. Let me tell you what I said, and that's small thing. Let me tell you something. It is going to be a tug of war in 2023, 2020, 2023, when a group of incompetent and inept people come to power. They do everything possible. They do everything possible to maintain their grip on power. Because as far as they're concerned, some of these people who got positions today, they got no expertise. They got no skills. We're going to tell them 2023. So move, yeah, we are going to say, okay, suddenly the people will say no. Because they have gotten these over the last 6 years to enjoying the spoils. So for them, they can compete in the private sector. I left a managerial job. I competed in the private sector. I sat an interview and I passed. And I won a private sector managerial job
Now,
from
now,
the single largest, biggest company
the
in our
Patrick,
country. But
but
to be able to compete, you must have some technical know-how. So when a group of incompetent people come to power, and the people come to power, and you tell them say something, they're not going to easily give it out.
now,
That
Patrick,
is going to be
Patrick,
where the challenge
Patrick, I
will
don't
lie.
know if you established the bumper show, but in my mind, when I moved to Liberia in 2016 for the first time in 15 years, I heard you on ELBC and bumper show, especially the theme song. Why? Somebody is asking, Patrick, did Patrick Hunter create the bumper show? If so, why did he not
Yes,
protect
sir.
his intellectual property and take it with him
Yes, sir.
to post FM? If you
Exactly.
if you in fact was the guy that in fact created the bumper show, why didn't you take it with you?
That's the challenge of our country. Intellectual property challenges in our country and all that. Where you going to take that one? Where you going to get? Which code? Like bro code? I mean, I'm trying to trivialize it to say that it's not as easy as it works in other places. Yes, we were the ones who established that. In fact, I was just sitting one day and I was sharing this with a friend that, look, I wanted to do an afternoon show. At that time, afternoon talk shows, afternoon programs were like drive home, ride home, musical. And I think it was Frank Lobo doing one musical show in the afternoon and drive home and people coming home, everybody calling. So then I said, well, I can make use of this time. I can make use of this time. And it's about the brand. Once the brand comes here, people will follow.
Hmm.
And we came up with the idea of bumper to bumper. Like cars are driving in the afternoon. That was the whole idea. Cars are driving in the bumper, hitting bumper, so we said bumper show, bumper show. And
Right.
so that's how that means came about. But they still continue, even though, well, it's not for me to say. I'm not going to criticize where I work, and anybody there, but the public can judge. At no time in the history of our country, and you can prove me wrong, that the main opposition political leaders ever had a voice on that national radio station there. So, again, the public can judge, you know. But yeah, so our country is at the crossroad, and I want you all to take this very seriously. Some of you don't even understand as much as some of you there understand the challenges the people here are faced with. Somebody like you understand, somebody like Batin Kula would understand, you know. But some people try to veer off the enormity of the challenges people are facing here. But it is serious. It is serious when you wake up in the morning and you're going and you see people you cannot even afford human beings. Human beings. And this has been happening for long in a country that is 170 plus. And all of the politicians in the country, all of us can talk, all of us say we are experts, all of us say we are ruling our world in Liberia, in the US, in other places. We are proud to say that our country or our native country cannot even grapple over the challenge of setting in place systems. All of us, we must fault ourselves. And it's a shame to all of us, honestly. It is a shame. And we must be able to wake up in this 2023 and all hands must be on deck. And we should not make a Lord. We are not here to make a Lord in 2023. I want to repeat. I want to repeat. I want to repeat. I want to repeat. We should never again make a Lord. A Lord will come and think that everybody should bow and everybody should come and start smiling. And somebody got to know you before they can get a job, or somebody got to know you before they can get a contract, or they can open a business. And somebody got to come to you. Once you start making, people talk about Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. He left an indelible mark in his country. I saw that they're putting up a statue in his honor. Who does a statue when they get take over the friend, yeah, oh, but in Liberia happy. I mean, who does that? Narcissists. Narcissists are people who are selfish. Everything belongs to them. Everything has to be 14 military hospital, mommy, 14 military this we are project, King George, Forky Clon, and 14 military clinic. They do want go back to market. I was saying go back to market now, like you I mean, effectively, the thing, 14 military and go back to. And what I want for? What the world I want for now? Yes, I'll be damn with that kind of thing.
But,
I mean, it's embarrassing.
Patrick, I mean, you are in charge. Uh, one of the bosses that the people look up to in Liberia. And what are your chances of getting your licenses or license as it relates to television and radio in Liberia? Because you people, the government of Liberia, including President William, would depend on you people to ask the critical questions. If you are not in the position to ask the question, and I know your passion for radio and television, can you imagine when we were at our peak, you were in some way, somehow interim in 1998, I believe, Radio Veritas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this is something that you love to do. And when you appear on the radio, when you sign up on the radio, people listen. I know what you're going through, Barrera. What does it mean for you, Patrick Hunter, under the George Leah government?
No, but nothing goes up except it is buried. Any tree that has many fruits will be stoned heavily. Every darkness is when day is just about to break. For me, I am courageous. I still have the audacity in me to dare. I still have passion for what I believe in. I am not one of those who will chicken out. I see a lot of people striking deals. That's one of the things in this country, the inconsistency. I am consistent. I believe in what I believe in, no matter what I go through. And I expect like people, look, nobody forces you to take a line or take a side. But you should study implications before you do what you want to do. And when you do it, no turning back. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's never going to be a walk in the park. And I believe in what I believe in from the depths of my heart. I have zero regret. Anything President Weah wants to do, they ain't continue doing it. Every power has an expiration date. Every power is transient. Hmm? Every power is transient. Every power has an expiration date. So go ahead and do what you want to do. And people are yeah, this few days. And then another again. Go ahead and do what you want to do. And you move. So who worry about that? Nobody worry.
Well, Patrick, now there are some folks who consider themselves the CPP, and they believe they can unseat George Weah in 2023. But people have problem with some of the utterances that they embedded into the framework. I know you touched on it earlier, but the thing here is it appears to others as being very discriminative, especially when you say you have to be no visible. And what's the other one? No, it's not no visible. And what else? Active. What's the other one, man?
Active, active,
Okay, active, no
active.
visible. Okay, active, no visible. Now, my question to you now, Mr. Hannah, I am this medical director from the John Hopkins Hospital, and uh, I am a neurosurgeon, and I want to go to Liberia to help out my people. Because I am not known, active, and visible, does that mean that I can't help out? Even though I want to do this for Liberia and the people of Liberia, how do we respond, Mr. Hannah?
Great point. Great point. And as I said earlier, I interpose no objection to your dissent. I think, and as Mr. Yuri, former chair of the CPP, said, that the document, the framework document, and it moves from imperfection. It means that it doesn't mean imperfect act, and it means that it will move from imperfection to perfection. It means that as and I doubt that it will even move to perfection. Giving the true context of the usage of the word perfect or perfection. But again, at no time, as I said, you know, I I was in St. Patrick's High School in the late 80s and so, and one of my seniors is now an astronaut or an astronaut in training or something of that sort in the United States of America. He's been out here for all this while. We're looking for the brightest minds. You cannot say one thing here, country here. Look at the human capacity. I mean, our resource capacity here is low. How many persons really going to school? How many persons? Not that they don't want to go to school, but the opportunity they just don't have. You don't fault them for it. Now, small thing happened to the country. The country went through war. Some people never had the opportunity of traveling. They wanted that opportunity, but they didn't have it. So it means their destiny have been tied to going down the drain, all because of opportunity. All because of opportunity. But what about people? So it means people who have the opportunity, who had the opportunity and have made themselves can now come and help other people to straighten up their destiny road. So that particular man who is not even a politician, but he's an astronaut in the US, he's not a politician. Who I think lives in Maryland and all that. So now you get that man. I'm sure that man right now is a US citizen as well. When you get that man, say, come serve in your country, come and serve in our country, and all that kind of thing. How bad is that? So you want to close it up because you're not known, you're not active, you're not, but how can you do that? So I'm hoping that, as Chairman Lewis said, look, in this new life period, yeah, hmm, you can put the, if you put into place the systems that all of us look for, you can put the one worst person in that system, the system will make the person better. It has happened before. You know that there are people who were in Liberia here, who went to that US there, who were not doing pretty well here, who were foolish here. Excuse my expression. But they went to the US, the system structured them, and they were able to do something for themselves.
Now,
That's
this
what systems do.
the situation with Dr. Hunter, did you send some type of weight on because you didn't support President Aware during the 2017 election? And is that what you think they're going after you? Because I believe you are, in fact, you know, it's one of the smarter minds we have in Liberia as it relates to broadcast journalism. Why have you not
Look,
been utilized
let me say something that I have not said. Let me say
in
something that
Liberia?
I have not really said publicly. Do you know that there were attempts to lure me into some kind of agreement so that I can have one certain come on air and then I can be. Many people don't know. I just think people. It's very big in this people like talking about Liberian people. When you try to be consistent and you try to stand and take the bullets and to lay your back down, somebody will find one thing to say. They will say some thing, but the people who can be very inconsistent, you see, like very funny. Oh, if you work in government and you don't build the kind of luxurious buildings and you leave, you seem like Repo will take, I don't know what kind of mindset. You seem like Repo will take, oh, Emel was stupid. Emel was stupid. You see, when you do it, you see, so that's where there were attempts. I remember, I remember a particular legislator called me up who has proximity, called me up and told me, look, you have to do this, write a letter and do this and go and meet this person and do this one. I said no. Many people don't even know about that. I said no, I will not do it. In fact, I just told him, let me contact my lawyer, but I knew that had I done it, I would have gone maybe show my hair, I take picture. Then the next thing they put on Facebook, then the next thing people start, oh man, put a belly in we barrel. And man, put a belly in, but I feel my integrity finished. I stand for what I believe in. If any kind of punishment, let me bear it. All right, I ain't got a problem with that. I have zero problem with what is going on. I have not complained to anybody. I have zero problem. By grace of God, I'm okay. I'm trying my best. So, I don't have a problem with what President Weah is doing. Let him continue to do what he wants to do. Right now, as he is right now, I don't even need his sympathy. I don't need his sympathy right now. He's gone. He's going to COVID-19 finish with 2020 already. He's going to his fourth year. I don't need that man's sympathy. I don't want it. I don't want to be battle. I don't want it.
But Mr. Hunter, you're in Liberia. You are a reputable journalist, and people are going out, and you, the voice that you have, and what you've done, not only in Liberia, but in other parts of Africa. Do you have in your possession a path to walk you through during these COVID-19 crisis, especially when it has to do with the curfew?
You, Ashford, you really believe that even if I had one, I would can't raise the car, be passing around, put every
Wow. So it's just that bad. Is that what you're saying? That you're so fearful for your life that you're so fearful. No, Patrick, Patrick, are you not saying that you're so fearful for your life that you can't even attempt to come out, even if you're out of bag? You're afraid for your life. Is that what you're telling us?
I'm not suggesting that I can't. Look, I go out. I was talking with Mo Ali the other time, and he was telling me, Jay, Mama, the best thing you did to go up. So everywhere you go, people will know you are the one, just in case what you got it. Because you cannot, I don't protect myself. I depend on God first. I don't protect myself. The state should provide protection for us, right? So, you know, regardless of our disagreements, I believe that the state should provide protection for all of us. But I don't like to even take the risk. Not you already know the situation. You know somebody is targeting you. You cannot go and fall in the trap. Stay away from them. But I don't take the risk. I have not even called him since. Besides sending him a WhatsApp message, the other time I have not called him. I don't even want to be battled. That's why I try my best to stay away. Try my best. I don't want to be battled. Because in Liberia, the moment you start doing that, they go and take your picture. You are done, brother. Done. I don't need that. And if all of us have that kind of mentality, I think this country will go forward. I think this country will go forward. We cannot be selling ourselves so cheap.
That's right.
Even against the things we spoke of. I was one of those who said the country will fall in the hands of the wrong people. And according to that, I think we have to fight so that the country doesn't fall into the hands of the wrong people. Now what has happened? Then now I can go join and I can go sit down. I can go announce my name. I go sit down, I start smiling, and I start talking. Who will get respect for me again?
Now, okay, let me ask you this. Did you discriminate today? Now, with the way of what it is, we might not do a live or later on to cover. Did you discriminate that person there has something to do? You guys please tackle together. You're just hands around in Kingsville and stuff. Did you think they have something to do?
For me, I don't actually less about that, about people's personal feelings about one another. I know in my heart that I don't carry hate. It is too much of a burden for me to carry. You see, when you're up there and you start looking for people only to start stepping on, that's your problem. You got to now be looking beyond your shoulder, above your shoulder. You start looking way up. You're looking for people all down. You start looking for enemies. Who does that? You way up. You're looking for someone enemy where they plan. I was saying. You start stepping on the other way. The other way. Oh, easy. The other way. Okay, continue. But for me, he's my president. That's how I see it. I don't carry any hate for him. The Republic of Liberia, whether I like it or not, that is the truth. I can do nothing about it. So I don't carry hate for him. I disagree that he's supposed to be the president to be president of our country, but he's my president, and I must respect that fact. And I respect it, you know, and I gave him all the deference and all of that as leader of my country, you know. I respect him. I disagree with him, but I respect him. And
Now,
I think that's the proper thing for all of us to do.
Pastor, let us talk about the future of Punch FM. You came in after President Weah took office, and you were letting know people in what were letting you that you you were not in support of President Weah, but you had your faith that you were ready to fight, and you came under the nomination of Punch FM. Tell us
So,
about the talent of
so
Punch FM. Right? No, tell us
are you
about it.
trying to trivialize the logo and all of that? You know, I can imagine what he thought about. I can imagine what it sounds so funny to me to see, you know, so Punch FM, the station's name is Punch FM, and so you do your punch, and so he gets scared and say, "Oh, he's gonna be punch you, he's gonna be punch you." I mean, what is that? Who does that?
Patrick,
What is that?
Patrick, I'm just saying
What
that
is
you
that?
come up with your face and you know what? I'm going to punch. And I know, for the many years we have been into radio and television in terms of journalism, we don't mean any harm, right? We just to train our expertise and talent. But others will see this as a challenge. Want to my government now. Why you at that point, you want that point,
Okay, maybe I need to open and praise FM, or maybe praise FM time. I got my frequency.
maybe you like just say, but who were FM?
Or hallelujah,
Yeah,
or hallelujah, or 14 FM.
yeah. But go ahead and talk about Post FM because I strongly believe back then that
Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
you're in
Our
the
vision,
for the good,
our vision
Yeah.
is to provide an opportunity for young broadcasters to be able to build their career. You know, when you're in, but I believe that once you find yourself in a particular profession or career, or you call it any way you want to, and you want to transition from that, you must at least leave a legacy, you know. And that is my legacy project, to provide an opportunity. And I had a lot of people, old and professionals, lined up to do shows. Patrick Manjo, for example.
Hmm.
Many people don't know Patrick Manjo. Patrick Manjo printed, I think, 2,500 pens and stickers for me. 2,500 pens and stickers for me. I didn't pay a cent. He printed it, just sent it to me. And I told him, I said, Patrick, you check, get ready. You'll be doing show every day. And
Hmm.
then Bindu Ken, in the US there,
Yeah.
who used to read news.
We worked together
And, all these,
at DC 101 business
yeah,
was one of my workmates. Yeah.
you see, you see. So, I mean, some people who have built their integrity over the period of time would have, joined in and would still join in, to add flavor to broadcasting in our country. I think there is a brain dream right now. Um, and in every sector there is brain drain in every sector, and it's becoming a challenge. Um, Once people don't get what they want to get in the profession, people are underpaid and all of that. They try to find somewhere else where, even with the level of expertise, they try to find somewhere else where they can be able um, to get something better than what they would get just by being or holding the microphone and risking your lives and all of that. And I do understand why. But we dare to make a difference. We want to provide a platform for the people of the country. We call it citizens radio to provide a platform where anybody can just walk in one woman. She doesn't have to look good. She can just walk in and yeah, have an issue. And we can give her an opportunity to express herself. She doesn't have to come in the best of suits. I mean, that's the platform we intend to provide. And visions don't die, dreams are not buried, you know. So we know that our dream will come to reality and very, very, very soon.
Okay, but I know for a fact that everything I went to Liberia over the last several years, tuning into the public, I mean, everything we were on the radio and we missed it. It was FM, 106. Even in the absence of the
Man,
frequency.
nobody beats the giant, man. Nobody beats the giant. Who does that?
No, Patrick. Even in the absence of the frequency, why are you not doing
Nobody
something?
beats that. And now you know me.
No, Patrick, I beg you, man. Patrick, there's something peculiar about you that the people love. You're Patrick Hunter. Look, I went to in fact, when I resigned from politics, the last person I spoke with before I got to the plane was Patrick Hunter. He said, ask him, man, so
Oh yeah.
what is I'm hearing? The, the interviewing technique that you have was second to none, bro. Even in the absence of,
I'm humble. I'm
even
humble.
even in the absence of your frequency, why didn't you do
I
something?
think it's better.
Why didn't you do something online?
I
Post
think I can do
FM, post
better.
TV, do
I
something.
think, and
The people miss
that's
your
what a lot of
voice.
people
They
have been
miss
telling
you,
me
man.
this.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I maybe I need to get it. No, but moving closer, I think Liberia needs all of us moving closer to this democratic process. Um, I think we would give it a thought. We give it a thought. I also think that um, we have to get back. Some of us who were active have to get back to the people of this country in a nook and cranny of this country to tell our people what we said to them and how we were uh, prophets and our prophecies are coming to reality in our own country. We need to do that and we will do that. But again, I'm flattered, I'm humbled. I feel that I have more to offer, more to learn from all the big guns in the business. I don't feel I have arrived. That feeling keeps you in a in a box. I feel that I have more to achieve, and the beyond the sky is my limit.
Okay, folks. And with that said, and I believe you just heard from Mr. Patrick Hunter, someone every day working generous for broadcasting and administration at the system. And what do you do? What do you do now, Patrick?
I work with um, I still work with my company, the company Firestone. You know, that's where I work. I'm one of the managers there.
Okay, folks, I'm telling you, this Patrick Hunter making his presence known tonight on Breach TV Africa. And Patrick, uh, was so honored that you took the time, look at this schedule, just to be part of the
Thank
program
you.
tonight. May God continue to bless you, my regards to your family, and stay safe,
Thank you.
stay home, and we can all save lives. COVID-19 is real, and my brother, as always, this is your home. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Your please pray for all of us here. We're in we're not in normal times. We're in times where people can just come to you and you don't know. It takes immense courage and fortitude to even express disagreement in your own country at this time. Immense courage and fortitude to do so, and the youthful exuberance in some of us, plus the passion will not keep us silent. But we know we take risks and we have our families, but you know, such are the times we this is what we've been able to offer ourselves up for. So we look up for your prayers and your support. And I'd like to thank all of those who expressed kind words today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And God bless you, Ashford. Thank you so much.
Okay. It's the voice of Michael Hunter, Mr. President tonight. And very easy to. And folks, I'm afraid that's all the time I have to be with you tonight. Doc Woolley will be back tomorrow night, same time, same place. And until then, please allow me to know the wordings of the wise man. Stop time, don't keep it good. The heart of a man is never known until he rises. And there's no second chance to make that first impression. This is in your soul. The brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than a lion. As with his giant one copper. Gracias if I get one to them, I get one no exactly. And now you know me. The golden voice of Liberia. I'm actually gold. Have a good night.